Hey, what's up, you guys? Josh Satyad here in Singapore, and as always, thank you so much for joining me on the Night Owl podcast, you guys. Uh, I enjoy this. I really do. Every day is different, and I get to recap or start the day off with, a thought that's been, nagging at me from the day before or something that I saw in passing, some conversation I had. And today I really just want to talk about this post that kind of really stopped me dead in my tracks. A friend of mine, Vozhi, he's out in Washington State. In the Seattle area, and he is an upcoming rap artist, and he's also in the real estate game. So he's a young entrepreneur, really killing it. He's found his niche, he's found his thing, and he flips houses for a living. So he's really good at what he does. And I saw a post from him that really hit my heart when it came down to entrepreneurialism and how it is that we promote our business. We talk about our business, right? I have no problem talking about the work. I really don't. I want to talk about the fact that EMDR is okay for some people and not so great for others. I want to talk about CBT, and I want to talk about NLP. I want to talk about, your nervous system and your vagus nerve. I want to talk about co-regulation versus codependency. I want to talk about all those things. I want to talk about the issues that we see on TV because two characters are going at it. I want to talk. But the one thing I don't want to talk about is the fact that this is a business for me. I don't want to talk about the fact that I do make my entire living off of the work that I do. I don't want to promote myself. And he says the fear of self-promotion is stopping you from getting paid. And you know what? Yeah, I kind of feel attacked. You're damn right. It's stopping me from getting paid because I don't talk about what I'm capable of doing. I don't talk about how working with me could provide. See, I can't even speak. My throat chakra is so blocked, my tongue isn't coming out straight. I can't bring myself to tell you guys or convince you guys that I'm the best out there. I'm not. I don't think I'm the best. I think I have a different way of doing things. I think that my way might be effective to some people who are willing to kind of, sit through couple conversations with me. It's something that I don't want you to need me for the rest of my life. I want to teach you a skill that you could take with you forever. And hopefully, anytime you find yourself stuck, you can hit reset, use something that I gave you, a tool that I taught you, and get yourself moving again. So no, I don't like self-promotion. I don't want to toot my own horn. It's something I think that was also ingrained in us because we were told that for people talking about you, saying nice things about you means you've made it. You're not supposed to toot your own horn. You're not supposed to tell the world that this is what you do and this is how great you are at it. That's not a humble thing to do, right? And so I think that's part of it. But the other part of it is I just don't enjoy doing it. I don't even know where to begin to tell you that I am good at what I do, that I am, capable of helping you out of whatever difficulty you seem to be facing. And his post goes on to read, it requires a certain mentality to step out of your comfort zone and market yourself to the free world as an entrepreneur or an artist. Nipsey said in an interview once that the game is not built for your success. But once you decide to stay committed to your mission through perseverance and faith, you will reach a certain escape velocity, propel yourself against life's gravity to get you to the next level. I wish y'all continue momentum on whatever you're working towards. And you know what? Wow. No, the game of life is not set up so that, you keep moving forward. Eventually you get to the end. It's not like that at all. It's not like snakes and ladders where you go up and go down, you go up and go down. Eventually you keep rolling the dice, you're going to get to the end. It's not quite like that because you have your mentality to deal with as well. Every time you get knocked back down, what does that mean to you? What does it say about you as a person? Do you take that laying down or do you get up and fight it again? Do you take a while to contemplate it? Was there any truth to the matter? Somebody comments, right? Everything is comments now. Somebody comments and it's not a flattering comment. How do you deal with that? Do you take it to heart? Do you break yourself down? Do you quit because you didn't want a bad comment? Or do you wage it against all the other comments that are out there? Do you measure it against all the other people that like you and you keep moving forward? All that's great though. I still don't really want to get out there and talk about how I do this as a living. This is my business. This is my brand. This is something I chose to do. And it chose me back at the same time. I don't want to talk about, I can have a conversation with some people and that's all they ever needed is the one conversation. There are some people that really need or realize that they need constant supervision for a little amount of time so that they can really get out of their own way. And I'm here to help you break those habits that you have, those painful thought processes and self-criticism that you go through that breaks you down every single time. Those people out there that are on the edge, like really skating on the razor's edge between choosing to live life and giving up and just giving it all back because they can't deal with it anymore. I've dealt with those people too. I deal with people who are bipolar with the diagnosis and the lithium to prove it, and I'm able to get to them on a human level so that we can talk about, what's really bothering you, where is this all coming from, because I don't want you to feel like your life is out of control and you're at the mercy of this diagnosis. I want you to know that there is little bits and pieces of your life you can still slowly take back, and the more you take back, the more confident you'll feel to take bigger pieces back from you, from whoever it is that's controlling your life as well. So I am an advocate for your independence. I am an advocate for your self-sufficiency because it's what I had to learn to do for myself. And no, I didn't have somebody who could pat me on my back and help me on my way. I didn't have anyone who was going to stand there right there with me and tell me, no, don't quit. We need you. Don't kill yourself. It's not worth it. It could go wrong. It could, you could end up a vegetable. You could end up hurt and not capable of doing the things you really, really want to accomplish with a full, capable body and mindset. There wasn't somebody there who was able to tell me that it's going to be all right. I had people around, I'm not going to say that I'm self-made, that's very narcissistic, but I had people around that pissed me off to no end, where I used my anger to push me forward. I had people tell me that I couldn't do it. My husband, hell bent on telling me that I couldn't make it in this world. I had to go work for somebody else. What the fuck did I know about people and their emotions to be able to coach them through anything? Yeah, okay, I went to college and got a degree, but so did everybody else. What makes me more qualified? What makes me think that the things that I've been through are traumatic enough for me to have overcome them and stand tall before somebody else and say, you know what, I did it, you can too. And that's part of the self-promotion thing. I mean, there are some people out there that I speak to that have been through some horrendous stuff that I don't know if I'd be able to make it out of or not. I can't compare my troubles to yours. There's no one that can. But I still don't like talking about myself. I don't want to talk about the millions of people that I helped, because it's not millions yet. I don't want to talk about the hundreds of episodes, of the podcast that I've made, because, well, it's more than thousands, but that doesn't mean that everybody listens to it. That doesn't mean that it's, worldwide. It is. I have people from all over the world, but it may be one in this country and one in that country and one in another country, and that makes it global, right? I don't feel like I've made it yet. And that's okay. And that's part of the reason I don't want to promote myself, but it's also the reason why I'm not being shared. I am not being talked about. I'm not being promoted by others because I'm not being loud about what I'm doing. And yeah, there is a great beauty to quietly hustling and pushing and pushing and pushing a little bit more every day, building, building, building brick by brick, and not announcing every brick that you lay, because there are those people out there that are like, oh my God, look at me. I brushed my teeth today. And that's great. Okay, if that's what you need, perfect. But I don't want to come to depend on any of those things. I'm kind of old school. I gotta feel like I've done something before I can put it out there. I put out a cookbook last year, and I felt dumb about putting out a cookbook because it only had seven recipes in it, but I priced it as such, and I made sure that people knew, hey, this is our top 7 recipes for breakfast. And if you want it, by all means, because this is our little piece of luxury that we found in our home, and I'd like to share it with you. But even then, I felt dumb about it, and I didn't want to tell the world, hey, I did a cookbook, hey, I did a cookbook. Because the thing about self-promotion is, once you do it, it's not enough. You still have to keep doing it. It's a constant thing. It's a habit, right? And as much as it makes me so uncomfortable, I know deep down that if I want to really make it, I got to tell people what I do. Not just in the posts, not just in the podcast. I got to get on live. I got to do interviews. I got to show the world that I'm capable, that I can talk to anybody about anything, that I can see you as human, that I do not judge, that I truly am a safe space, and this is really unconditional love. And the more I talk about it, hopefully, the more word will spread. Right now, I'm doing okay. Right now, it's all word of mouth, and that's perfect. People that have been through a service or two of mine are telling other people that they know that are struggling that, hey, they came to me and it worked. And they're going to get through it again. So, no, I don't like self-promotion. And yes, that's part of the reason I'm not getting paid. But guess what? As with all of the shadow work, this is something else I just got to work on. And the only way I stop being afraid or uncomfortable is to keep on doing it. So you let me know in the comments below if that helped at all. But in the meantime, I am going to make a plan on how to show up more and be more visible and be heard a little bit more and, yeah, work on that self-promotion thing. 'Cause it's necessary. I love you guys. Catch you later. Bye.